Are out and about again today, Christy.
We are. We are at the Manx Workshop for the Disabled, which is sort of on the old Noble site. I didn't realise it was here, but it is a vast space. There is so much going on here in lots of different rooms, in several different buildings. Very exciting place to be.
It really is. We're going to find out all about what happens here and about some of the people who work here as well throughout the afternoon. There's going to be some wonderful photographs and video which you can find on the Manx Radio Facebook page and on the Manx Radio portal as well. Should we take a look inside then?
Let's go inside. So as we come in here, I'm just going to describe it because it's beautiful, but if you go to our Facebook, there will be Facebook Live going on because Ben, hello Ben, has got the camera going here. As we come in, there's already examples of the beautiful work. I can't even explain how beautifully and professionally presented this is. When you come in, there is engraved wood, there is beautifully engraved metal as well. There's sort of, I don't know what this is made out of, but it's very pretty. Laser cutting, there's coasters, there's glass, there's things here.
They really do, and actually it's something that anyone can get in touch, and if it's within reason and there's a fair amount of chance that it can be made, they will have a go at it. So I think we should take a look inside the office. It looks quite official in here. Shall we go in? Knock on the door first.
I love how every room has its sort of unique signage which they've obviously created. So this also says lounge outside, which is great. Okay, so we are coming into the hub. This is the office. Oh, we can hear.
I hear somebody.
Is that Bailey? This is the office mascot, and Bailey is under the desk with Kimmy here. We'll see how far we get. Hello, Bailey. Hi. Hi, Bailey. Making his presence known, clearly. Kimmy, it's lovely to see you. Just tell us what your role is here at the Manx Workshop.
Well, I'm the office supervisor, so I do a lot of things. It comes from greeting customers that walk in, telephone calls, emails, as well as doing invoicing, accounting and general HR stuff. So.
And when did you first get involved with the workshop and what drew you to this place?
I first came here around 4 or 5 years ago. I was having some difficulties and the job centre actually recommended that I come up here, so I came up here for an interview, and yeah, the rest is history. I've been here ever since.
And I can see on your computer there's also some design work going on. Is that something that you've been creating on your machine?
Yeah, I kind of like to dabble in a lot of things, so it goes from bits of design and CAD work. I love being artistic, so when it comes to finding new things that we can maybe bring into the workshop, I just love doing it. So.
And what does it mean to you to work in a place like this?
It's brilliant. Everybody that has come through, they're like a massive family, and it's a warm, welcoming, safe environment, and it's something that I absolutely enjoy every day. When I wake up, it's a pleasure to come and work here. So. Yeah.
And you have a furry pal in Bailey as well, who is just, he's well behaved,
He's been very, very good.
He said a lovely hello at the start, and then he knows, having said hello, that he needs to be still and quiet. I'm very impressed.
Well, also in the office, there is Bernhard. Bernhard, tell us about your association with here. How did you first get involved?
When I retired from my job with Manx Utilities, I was offered a job to help with the management systems here. And when I came in, I started to develop systems for them. But the then manager became very ill, and they asked me to take over running the shop at that time. And it's a beautiful place to work. It's the best job I've ever had. And when people ask me what we do here, I tell them we make people. All the benches, all the engraving are the tools we use to make people, and we do. We've got a fairly good track record. We've got about 38% conversion rate of people coming to the workshop and actually going out into commercial viable jobs. So that's proof enough for me, I think.
It really is incredible that everybody I've spoken to so far does describe it not as a workplace, not as a being with fellow employees, but being as part of a family.
It is, definitely. And when I first came here, I didn't appreciate quite the scope of the job. I still don't. But I'm getting to grips with it now. And I've spoken with the people from the job centre, and one of the guys said to me that the biggest problem now is about 70% of disability is all mental, And we really have to up our game now to understand the people that are coming to us.
What can you tell us about the history of the workshop then? So it's been here since what, the early 1980s?
35 years old last year. And it was founded by Deemster Jack Corran. He was our then president. He's now our honorary president. Wonderful man. And very good insights. He's chairman of another 1 or 2 charities on the island as well. But we started out as basically a daycare center for the dysfunctional. I think that's probably the best way to put it. And we've moved on to an area now where people have skills, people are promoted to hone their skills, and we keep a record of those skills for them to use in their CVs. So when they leave here, they have employable attributes that they can give to the new people they go to work with. And that, I think, is probably the most.
How many people would you say you have here at the moment? Is it between employees and volunteers? How does it work?
We have employees, we have volunteers, and we also have trainees which come to us from the job centre. We do about 8 to 12 trainees a year from the job centre. Permanent staff, we're 9. And we've got about 6 to 7 volunteers as well. Some full-time, some only part-time, but when we all get together, it's a fairly good working environment. It's not always as quiet as you found it today.
I think we went through to have a look around in some of the other rooms, Christy, and there's just, like we said, so much that's going on here.
Yeah, the activity, and again, like we said at the top of the show, I didn't realise quite how much was done here. I know we've spoken in the past to people from the Manx Workshop and seen some of the work that's been created. I think there's maybe a preconception that it's engraved wood. And that's, sort of the thing you see mostly. But, oh, my word, the different things that everyone is involved with is just incredible, absolutely incredible.
And to be able to come here, Bernhard, and be part of the team, what do people need to do?
They need to get a referral via the job centre. Sometimes we do have a sort of prerequisite evaluation that we do, and that will determine whether or not we can help them. If we can't, we would go back to the job centre and refer them to other sources. But the biggest thing now is when they come to the end of the time with us, we don't have a next step. And that's the next big feature what we're going to be working on in this year from the workshop point of view, is to take the people that come to us and move them on into the next sphere a lot smoother. And if we can do that, our conversion rate it has to go up. I've got a target in my head. I'm not going to put it out in public though.
And how reliant are you on things like fundraising?
Fundraising, I need fundraising for about 30% of my total budget. I get a grant which covers about 35% of my total budget, and the other is donations. People are very, very generous and kind to us. And we've just actually gone through a phase of 2 backpacks in a matter of one week, 1 calendar week. And all my volunteers are now looking and saying, don't knock on our door again rather soon. But we've been through that, and that was very successful. And thanks to the people that allowed us for the backpack, that was Tesco's and ShopRite. We really do appreciate their coming to the party for us as well.
It is often said, isn't it, that the Isle of Man is incredibly generous when it comes to charities, and we're good at giving money, especially to causes like this. And one of the reasons why we're here today, in fact, the first reason why we're here today, is because we got an email from this gentleman, Sean Connick, who invited us here today. Tell us when you got involved with the Manx Workshop.
I got involved about 4 months ago, part of the training programme Bernhard mentioned from the job centre. Several years ago I suffered life-changing injuries which kind of led my career path I'd chosen to be cut short, and coming up here has been a real help. It's to use an analogy, it's even the keel in a storm, if you know what I mean. It's nice to feel useful, and it's nice to kind of be valued again. And we are a family up here, and we support each other any way we can.
And that's the overriding thing that we keep hearing again, is that it's a great leveller here. It doesn't matter what your past experience is, it doesn't matter what you've been through, it doesn't matter what you might still be going through. There's just acceptance and a real sense of purpose.
Yeah, that's the thing. The workshop is so incredible that we cover so much in terms of illness and disability. everyone can be accepted up here. It doesn't matter if you've had severe physical injuries or, mental health issues. Everyone is welcome up here. There's no prejudgment, there's no preconception, there's just, welcome. It's just a welcome feeling. It's unlike any place I've ever worked or ever been associated with. It's just that immediate acceptance. No one has to prove yourself up here, and it's wonderful.
And you also make a mean cup of tea, I should say.
So you really do.
Yeah, I know. So what is your role here at the workshop?
I kind of have a variety of roles. I occasionally did hoovering. I'm mainly I'm employed on the social media side and the marketing for the workshop. Trying to get us a bit more aware of where we are in terms of charity. I have a partner in crime we might meet later. Hawking the Penguin. He's been fantastic.
Oh, sorry, no, I think we need to meet Hawking now.
I think
Hawking the Penguin.
I think I spotted him actually. So we're now walking through into a sort of area between the workshop and the office here. So first of all, talk us through some of the bits and pieces on the shelves here.
On the shelving we have a sample of stock we can produce and which we do produce. So we have everything from grandfather clock keys clocks to massive seals for the workshop. And, everything in between, really. We get requests for, cleaning boxes, coasters with company seals. We try to produce anything we can out of woodwork, especially, the love hearts, are quite kind of popular.
And it's the precision work that you create. I mean, you mentioned the grandfather clock keys. You were telling us a bit about this before. So, again, if you check our Facebook, you'll see a live video of this, that Ben is currently filming this. Just explain what this piece is and what you were asked to do.
We were asked to produce a base for keys for a grandfather clock, and that's a piece of work which requires amazing precision, because if it's out by thousands of a mil, that key's never going to fit into it. So we have to make sure that we get it right, and we, thankfully, we were able to produce some really nice pieces of woodwork, and the prototypes at the moment are being turned into clocks, which are really they're so unusual and so amazing. You can't have a grandfather clock key clock,
All I keep thinking of, looking at everything, thinking, I know somebody who would like that. I know someone. It's just like a treasure trove for present ideas. But there, sitting on the top shelf in all his splendour, is, I believe, Hawking. Tell us about him.
He came to the workshop via being sadly injured by plastic waste in the ocean. He came here, his left wing was beyond repair. So he's came up here and we've been trying to help him out, So over Christmas, we ran a competition where people on our Facebook page, came up with some wonderful names, but we chose Hawking in the end because he obviously embodied a lot of what was great to be disabled about. So Hawking appears on our Facebook page and our social media quite a lot, and at the moment we're trying to engage, companies and other institutions to see if they're like Hawking to come up and visit them. So far he's been on the bridge of the Ben Cree. We have a few other adventures lined up for him, but it's to highlight really, disabled people out in the Isle of Man.
Do you know what I'm thinking, Christy? We're starting a brand new show on Monday. I wonder whether Hawking would like to come along and be part of it.
He could be at our first late lunch. Do you think he'd like to come for a cream tea?
Oh, Hawking definitely would like to come for a cream tea, Penguins, I hear, really, really, really enjoy tea.
And you've become quite close to Hawking, haven't you? And I think you actually... Do you converse with this little penguin?
Yeah, sometimes he tells me some ideas are better over, some ideas are really bad ideas. But sometimes, most of the time, it's just screaming about getting him fish, and I don't know if I should be worried about it, but I might talk to someone.
More demanding than Bailey, I think.
Bernhard, there's so much to talk about everything that goes on here and just the people who make it happen. You must be so proud of everyone here.
Everybody. There's nobody here that I wouldn't take on. That's how simple it is. You see the change in people. You see them come. We've got one or two people that come in just to volunteer to be here for the skeet and the camaraderie. Some people just come to drink tea and talk, which is a bit disruptive, but they're welcome.
And for people listening, and then once they see some of the amazing things that you produce here, and they think, actually, I'd love to commission a piece. Are you open to people doing that?
Well, we did a job recently for the president of Tynwald called the Honours Boards at the St. John's Chapel. Yes, we're open to do bespoke work. We do. It's what we do. at this stage of our business, we do mainly bespoke work. There's some stuff that was designed originally. You might have seen some of the Noah Bakehouse and Creameries boxes. That was designed, prototyped here, and since then we've set out about 600 of those boxes to the wider population on the island. So yes, we do, but some of it will be different. In competition to you guys on the radio, we're busy looking at designing newspaper stands for the Manx newspapers, so that's a job we're busy on right at this moment.
Right, we need to commission them to do something
we need.
quickly.
What can we get them to
quickly.
do?
I don't know, a microphone. I don't know. Think of something.
A microphone holder.
This is just brilliant. I'm really looking forward to having a look in the other side, because we're in the office, the administration bit more, as it might be described
sort of
at the moment.
area,
But we're going to pop over just after the break and see what's happening in the hub of it. So this is Women Today, live from the Manx Workshop for the Disabled. We'll be back just after this.